Hey everybody, my name is Kathy. I'm a yoga teacher, Reiki master. I'm really interested in astrology and human design. I'm not an expert in any of them, but I listen to a lot of podcasts around the subjects, and but what does interest me is how it shows up, all the different themes and how it shows up in our life, and also how we can navigate and manage what is showing up. So last week in particular was a very powerful week energetically. Now, you may have felt this personally, you may have felt it showing up for you or around you, and certainly for me, that was the case. And it was like this explosive energy that kind of came out of nowhere. It was like a whole bunch of emotions just being released. And we talk about emotions being released and how it's great allowing emotions to flow. But if they're going to flow and be released at the expense of somebody else, then that's not a good thing. So how can we allow our emotions to be felt in a way that's authentic to ourselves, but is a way that also doesn't harm another person, that we are not projecting how we're feeling onto another person. And this was something that I've been witnessing. So I'm wondering, have other people experienced this theme? Certainly over the past week, and this may be something that continues over the next little while, just based on the astrology. And it's curious to me because how can we navigate it when things feel so intensely? And how can we have compassion? How can we have compassion for the other person and for ourselves when it comes to feeling things so intensely? And what are the practices that we can have for ourselves so that we can, get a bit of insight as to what is arising, particularly as we get older. And, it's not okay just to lash out at other people. Well, ultimately, they're not the cause of why we are feeling the way we are feeling. And even if they are, like we choose how we react to things. And this is something that we can learn as we get older and learn how to navigate it. Simple things like taking a breath. I know it sounds very cheesy, but taking a breath, taking a pause before lashing out can just be so helpful. Take yourself outside for a walk. I know for me, going for a walk, clearing my head, listening to something is really helpful. Also, and these practices may or may not work for you, but writing something out, clearing out, or even just, I find for me, taking time alone to process emotion, and talk to somebody as well who can help you see things and navigate things in a different light, in a way that you're not lashing out at them either. I just feel like the energy at the moment is just, it's so explosive. I think we all have to have compassion for each other, because everybody's experiencing things in the same way, differently, if that makes sense. We're all experiencing the same pressures, the same influences, but how they're showing up and how we're choosing to allow them to travel through us is completely different. How can we show up for ourselves in a way that is compassionate? And how can we show up for others in a way that is compassionate? I'm thinking of the crab as well. And there's a lot of, if you're not into astrology, that's okay. But there is a lot of, at the moment, or there has been certainly over the past week, a lot in the astrological sign of Cancer. So I want you to just even think of a crab, and it's got this tough outer shell, and it can appear really like, nothing bothers me, I'm okay, water can roll off my back. But then think of the soft underbelly and think how sensitive and how vulnerable it actually is. That's that energy. Might be appearing that, I'm okay with this, I've got my hard shell on, but in fact, we're all experiencing that soft underbelly of we are all feeling really vulnerable right now and really sensitive, and yeah, that's hard. That's a really hard thing to navigate at the moment. So just go easy with yourself, and take time for yourself. Give yourself what you need this week. Thank you.